So I'm just going to go straight into the first of the principles, and they are namely community building, education, workforce versatility, and last but not least, career progression. So for the very first principle driving why the background dancer emerged is from the perspective of community building, and I think this is first and foremost, it reigns supreme above all the other reasons. Community building is crucial in our industry. I'm going to break it down even more to 2 points. Firstly, the idea of building social capital, and secondly, the idea of establishing connectivity. So let's talk about the first one. Now, before that, once again, if you think about community building, I know most of us would probably think how the arts can go into a community and positively influence a particular community in a particular locale, right? That's brilliant. But then if you flip it around, you can also think of how a community, the members of a community, can in turn help the growth and evolution of the arts itself. So what we're trying to do always is to build a mutually beneficial relationship. And that is what social capital is all about. Social capital, in layman terms, just means interpersonal relationships, professional networks. So the question is, what are our set of shared values that allow us to collaborate and to effectively accomplish a common goal? Now, we always look for economic capital, but I think social capital, of course, in this case, in the terms of community building, should be as important. As we all know, art serves an important role in building social capital through events that stimulate civic engagement, volunteerism, and public art as well. And the outcome of all these things, all these activities that bring people together, is trust. And trust is so important, because when you start building communities, essentially what we're doing is we're providing safe havens for people to come together and set aside various differences, be it political or ideological, it doesn't matter. And instead, all these communities that we're building can act as a forum for diversity of race, gender, social backgrounds, whatever. And what we do is that we can finally interact together through our shared experiences. And that's what communities are about. We have different types of communities. One person can have many communities. Like I said, I'm Malaysian Chinese. I have a Malaysian Chinese community. I studied in Hong Kong. I have a Hong Kong community. And now I'm in Slovakia. I have the Slovak community, for example. Whilst I was studying at the Hong Kong Academy for Performing Arts, I established this student-based, student-led art collective called Stage. And the initial intention and the core intention was to establish a community as well. A community of interdisciplinary and autonomous artists, future artists. So interdisciplinary at the time for me was truly important. I wanted to find my community of real interdisciplinary enthusiasts, but also having the opportunity to develop into an autonomous, independent thinking, super dependable artist to go into the workplace. And I'll talk more about the workplace, of course, as we go on throughout this episode. Now, once you've built those communities, we should also remember to maintain a sense of inclusivity, because we don't want to create bubbles where people are then excluded if you do not identify with a particular profile. So communities, yes, build them, connect those networks, enrichen your social capital within those communities and between communities, because then it makes it easier for the members of a community to preserve and protect an environment from any potential threats. Let's say if somebody wants to destroy a historical building, blah, blah, blah. This happens all the time, right? Like people eradicating culture, tradition for, the benefits of progression and urbanization, let's say. But most importantly as well, collectivism, togetherness can help a community push for implementation of several governmental agendas that in turn could benefit the performing arts and arts in general.